Turn to your neighbor and say, neighbor, stop hiding your stuff. If you shout on that, let me hear you the Lord. Everybody in this building, somewhere or other, has had stuff in your life. Sometimes we bring stuff to church. And sometimes we hide in the quiet with our stuff. We hide in the pulpit. We hide in the deacon's board. We hide as a member because we just love our stuff. Sometimes we can't feel the Spirit moving because our stuff comes first. Years ago, we got older, years ago when Mission Impossible came on, not this new stuff, the old stuff. When it came on, they often wondered why a certain church member at 7:45 every Sunday night would leave the service. Y'all know the truth. And be absent until the next service. So they finally asked him, where do you go at 7:45 every Sunday evening? And he simply said, I have to go home and watch Mission Impossible. His stuff was keeping him from being anointed with God's stuff. Did y'all get that? Let me read the scripture. Joshua 7:1. If you pray for me now, I'll preach and I'll be done. But the children of Israel committed a trespass in the accursed thing. For Achan, say Achan. Remember that guy's name. The son of Carmi, the son of Zabdi, the son of Zerah of the tribe of Judah, who do it on Tuesday nights, took of the accursed thing, and the anger of the Lord was kindled against the children of Israel. I don't want us at this particular congregation to think that we can just do anything we're big enough to do and get away with it. Go home and read the whole story. Get home tonight. Israel was doing good. They were serving God, doing everything God told them to do. And when they come against Jericho, we all know the well-known story of Jericho, how God allowed them to fight the battle and win and overthrow the city. But in winning the battle, God told them, we need to be careful as Christian people to make sure we do what God said do, not so much what man says. Because when God says something, you must obey. In getting the battle together, God had told them, God might think this is cruel, but read the word. God told them that don't leave anything in the city alive. That sounds cruel, no? Kill everybody. Kill the men and women, the boys, girls, the cattle, kill everything. But God also said that you're not to take anything from the city. You know what happened with us church folk? Y'all pray for me. I just feel like preaching this today. What happened with us church folk? We dabble so much in the worldly stuff till it becomes part of our age. You went to Nova Scotia, we weighed our bag for all y'all did. I took some more stuff. Most than 50 pounds, mine, they weighed 43. I think we could have took a couple more. Because they weighed anything over 50 pounds. They attached a little more finance. The whole 12 tribes, and all of them that were in the battle at the time, all of those Israelite people were told, go into Jericho. I'm coming down to read it in a couple minutes, because I want us to go home knowing something today. They were all told that when you go into this city, even though you're going to see some good stuff, I don't want God to send some of y'all to some places and tell you when you get there, you can't take it. He'll show it to you. But God said don't take it. Because some of us may not be in God too good. The temptation might be just too much for us to bear. So they went into Jericho, defeated the people of Jericho. But one person, listen, I don't care what anybody tells you all, you may think that the sin you do does not affect nobody else. I come to tell you different. I went somewhere the other day and I opened my car door. I didn't do it on purpose. I just had to get out of the car and I whiffed up smoke. Somebody was smoking that secondhand stuff with kids. I couldn't get on the person because I really didn't know who it was. I know I smelled the smoke. I know what it smelled like. So I didn't need too much of that stuff. Come on. Don't take anything from the city. And it's a commandment of God. When God says something, He doesn't play. We play. We church folk play. God doesn't play. Everybody got home. One thing about it, when we do something that's wrong, let me encourage somebody today. God always sees it. It don't matter who does it. That's why I'm living right and making sure that everything I do is right, because I know you may not see me. You may not hear me. You may not know the place that I may go. You don't know that because you don't follow, but I know that God, all seeing eye, knows everything. And because I know what's not right to do or go, I will not be found doing or going. Overnight, nobody said it. Things were going good for a while. But look what God did. There was a little city called Ai. This is quite a story. And if you study this history, you'll find out that Ai was just a small little city. And the leader said, you know what? Since we took Jericho, we don't even need the whole army. If we took Jericho, that huge city, Ai is nothing. So they went to defeat Ai. But listen, when sin is in the camp, it will destroy your going forward. You can have all the armies you want, all the auxiliaries of the church, all the leaders you want, great big choir, and all that stuff in the church. If there's sin in the camp, nobody can do nothing until that sin is removed. Follow me carefully. So here they go, not knowing, nobody knew, but Achan, the name of him. what was done. Because Achan stole some stuff. Y'all can't hide your stuff. I may not see you do it, but y'all can't hide your stuff. Achan felt that nobody has seen me take this silver and other stuff and dig a hole in the ground and bury it. It was worth money. Sometimes people's money avoids God from blessing them. Because they put their money before God. That's why sometimes the offerings are small.
Talking about.
They told me of a case where a person went down and seen some furniture, good looking furniture. They wanted the furniture so bad, they took the tithe money. And the furniture looked good in the front room. Looking good. But when the preacher went by, realized that the tithe money that belongs to God's church was sitting in the front room. Would become dead sitting on that furniture. Where you took God's money. And get no evidence over it. The night went by. Nobody said nothing because nobody knew nothing but him. Soon they come to the Battle of Ai. And come to find out and read it for yourself. The little city defeated Israel. Because the anger of God was set against them. When you and I do wrong, God's anger will stir up if you don't ask forgiveness. Then God decided to let the leader know that somebody in camp has done something wrong. You know, I marvel at people. I can tell them some of y'all, because I don't know all of y'all that well. I marvel at people. When people lie, everybody has a different way of doing it. Some people, their countenance changes. Did you do it? I made it. Y'all parents know what I'm saying. You do it, John? Oh, I didn't do it. Usually, the first one that says so much, usually is the one that did it. So, Joshua decided that I'm going to do something. Because God is angry with us. And the Bible teaches us in our day, don't fall in the hand of an angry God. So they begin to search the camp. Now listen, if you don't want to live right, don't get in the pig. If you don't want to do right, don't avoid me from doing right. My mind made up to live clean. But you live clean or not. So can you imagine you owning some property? And everybody had to be searched in the whole camp. Somehow I would, if God was my heart, I love y'all too much to read it, but somehow I would that God would just come down in a mighty outpouring of the Spirit, and the Spirit would kill all of us. And then raise us back up. So we can raise us back up without all our stuff. I ain't forgot the word yet. Here they come to Achan's property. You can't hide your stuff. It might seem like you got away with something. It might seem like you're free. We all play that game hide and seek. I used to find some good spots. I must be the right track. And y'all have some good spots. End of the school day, they still ain't found you. You done played hope y'all did, you found a good spot. But somewhere in life, you must make amends for how you do your business. And I say it this way now. I say it because I'm getting older, and I've got to tell it more now than ever. However we live, you may be here saved, you may be here just living a good life, you may be here sitting, that's all your business. But I need to tell you this morning that you still have to meet God. And you got to meet him on his condition. Brother Fred Morgan used to always sing in this church, "If I die." And my soul, I like it because he didn't point at nobody else. You know, a lot of us come free. You ain't right. You ain't right. You know. Well, what about you? When we do that, you got they come to Achan's property. And when the truth came out, Achan had stolen the stuff. Now, this story is unusual because I'm not God, I'm not trying to be God. Maybe I would have just killed Achan, since he's the only one that stole it. But see, when you deal with God, sometimes you ruin your whole family because you didn't do right. Read the story. When God got through, he had those men take Achan's entire family, even those who hadn't stolen nothing, because sin will bring you down. You may look cute today, men and women, but if you dabble in sin, you won't look cute tomorrow. Sin has a way of destroying us until nobody wants to pick you up. So let me get down to what I'm trying to tell us this morning. Stop hiding your stuff. If you're going to be saved, stop putting stuff before God. Amen. When I come to church, let me say this, when I come to church, I want to be able to come to a building. Thank God for this church and all other churches in the city, but I want to come to a building where I can come into the service and give God my everything. But you can't do that if you're hiding stuff. Because when we talk about each other, I notice y'all ain't shouting. When we make it a habit of talking about each other to everybody else, and then we try to come to church and rejoice, it's not going to happen. And then God has to get the leaders together and call a meeting, and they can't. And tell the leader that somebody has sinned. And I constantly say to God, for my behalf, God won't let it be me. Because this is God's camp. And Achan got away with it for a few days. But then he realized that God seen him all along. If you tell a lie, I'm in the right church this morning, and you know it's a lie, and it can be proven you told a lie, and you come to the house of God and try to shout, you carry too much stuff. I ran the 440 when I was in high school. I can tell you y'all know the story, but I'm on the other side. When I ran the 440, I began to realize that I couldn't wear all the winter clothes. So I had to get down there as much as I could in the ship, so I could go to Mass. And that's how I ran, know what I did, because I took off heavy stuff that I really didn't need. Sometimes we carry too much stuff in us and expect God to bless us. Achan had to die. Oh, goodness, don't let God kill somebody. All because of your stuff. Please don't let God do it. Because if he does it, there's a soul being lost for your stuff. The conclusion of the story is this. He had to admit that he done wrong. You know, it's not bad at all to admit it. But you need to understand, first of all, the circumstances of what you did. You would have thought, listen, now, you would have thought, we're Bible people, we're Bible teachers and preaching all that. You would have thought that God would have said, well, since they can admit it, it's okay. There's where we make a mistake at night. Some things with God are not okay. You may get past me because of my fleshly attitude, because of my humanistic understanding. You may get by with something. I may say, you know what, don't do that again. And live. But God, just trying to share this with everybody in this building. If we don't do things God's way, there is a penalty. If I was a judge back here, maybe even now, I'd probably say, God, don't kill him. Because he admitted. Deacon Morgan sounds good. Don't that sound good to y'all? Sound good to me. God says he's admitted it, don't kill him. But see, there's a rule in God where we have to understand that he don't put up with our stuff. So some of y'all stop hiding your stuff. Because God's seen it before you hid it, and then God's seen it when you bring it out. So Achan, you have to die. And not only you, but your entire family. And can't you hear the children? Well, Dad, we didn't take nothing. Your sin ruined your family. They never done nothing. But because you sinned, and God told you not to do it, the whole family had to die. I'm not let me finish this. I'm not so keen on this denominational stuff. I don't preach it again. I don't care what church you go to. As long as you serve God under the spirit of holiness living, you'll be blessed. I'm not going to condemn nobody else in town, but I know one thing. When I go to judgment, the Bible said every word you may be blessed. But the other part of that is by those same words you may be. So I'm going to stand here and preach the word of God and let y'all know in this church that sin is not acceptable. When I sin, I'm wrong. Being a pastor, don't get me pastor meetings because we're preachers. Preachers got to live right. What else about? Men got to live right. Women got to live right. Because in judgment, God's going to require from you, what did you do with my son Jesus? One last thing I want to say, and I'll come back another time and finish this up a little bit further. I need to say this to Harrison Memorial. And everybody that's here that we say we're saved, let's stop denying the power of God. When Jesus comes into your life, we need to let people know that there is a change. I'm not going to preach nothing else here. There's a change. Whether you're male or female, we are changed from the old life to the new. You're not supposed to see the old Riley because I don't want to see it. And the only reason I say that because when sin is in us, Jesus is not. When sin reigns in our mortal beings, Jesus is not. Because the Bible said the Spirit of God cannot dwell in an unclean temple. I want you to go home with this. Some people go to church just to chat. Some people go to church just to mingle on the floor. Some people go to church to talk about what you've done. Some people go to church to hear the choir. I'm telling you all the truth. And just a handful of folk go to hear the word. Because we're living in a day now where people do not want to hear sound doctrine. If God, who He is, turned His back on His Son because of sin, we can't let you sin. And then we find out about it and don't do nothing about it. Hello, lights. Because in judgment, the preaching that was for years and close. Back, God bless her, and she'll like to remember. Matter of fact, she was so blessed this last month. Half been blessed. Free of cancer, she'll be blessed. One son will let her tell it. But I preached that on Sunday. I said, you have to get the monkey off your back. I did preach that. You know what that meant? That meant that this fellow went to the judgment gate. And he was ready to go in. But the monkey said, I'm still here. Hope y'all listen. It simply meant that he carried sin right to judgment gate because he never got rid of something that he should have got rid of. You can't carry your stuff and be saved. Hope y'all listen. You can't carry stuff that is worldly and put it before God and expect God to really bless your life. He can die. He never got a chance to even turn that stuff into money. Did y'all realize that? What he stole, he couldn't do nothing with it because he had to die and leave it where it was. So I'm closing. You can't hide yourself. They taught me for years, but I don't do too much, but they would teach me how to shake hands. Yeah, one priest was trying to show me how to shake hands. I don't do it. First of all, it hurts. You can shake hands with people all you want. If in your heart you don't like it, shaking hands don't mean. Matter of fact, it's so false. That's why I don't do this church too much. We did it for a while. I stopped it because I got away with turn around and tell you that you love. I ain't gonna do that anymore. Because I found out that in the church congregation, sometimes they both didn't like each other. And you're making them like it. That make any sense? So the Lord kind of told me to cool it. Them folk don't love each other. They just make them lie in church. Y'all may be laughing now, but so y'all sitting here. I'm hearing some stuff that you need to get rid of. Not for my sake, but for God to really bless you real good. Because sometimes the stuff is more important to us than God's Spirit. And all you want in your life is that the Spirit of God will come in and clean you up so much until all the stuff you don't need, you'll just get rid of it because I don't need it anymore. I want to come to this place from now on and just give God everything I have. Because I'll tell you, the greatest healing you need is the presence of God in your life.